Welcome in, everyone, to this latest edition of Inside Limestone Athletics. I'm Fabian Fuentes. We're joined by the head coach of the Limestone College baseball program, Chico Lombardo. Coach, thanks for joining us.
It's my pleasure, Fabian.
Well,
always good to see you.
Remember the day that you were introduced as the head baseball coach? It seems like years ago. I mean, we've seen a lot of things come and go over the course of time, but 2010 marks what year for you at the helm of our program?
2010 will be my 19th year here.
Wow, time flies.
You know, I can remember that day when I was introduced, and Craig Drennan was there, and it was, it was a deal where you didn't know coming in how long you would be here, and but the administration's been tremendous. I think we've turned the program into a perennial contender every year, so it's been a great ride.
Conference Carolinas championship under your belt as well. 19 years as a head coach at one program in today's era of college athletics is a rarity.
Well, I think if you're in a situation where you enjoy being in a situation, you have support from the administration, you're able to run and organize your program, then you don't need to go anywhere else.
Take a look at some of the returning players for your 2010 season. Of course, you went through your fall season and had your World Series, so to speak. But tell us about some of the key returnees for 2010, Coach.
Well, we're fortunate to have back, first of all, Drew Lighton. Drew drove in 67 for us last year, which put him one of the top RBI guys of all time. Drew will be back at first base. He's been with us for 2 years, so we're looking for a big year out of Drew. Second team all-conference last year. Over at third base, David Christie. David had an outstanding year, hit over 400 for most of the year, and did an outstanding job defensively at third base. So David's back, so they'll anchor our corners. Timmy Welsh is back, and we're going to move Timmy to center field this year. The Kalamazoo, Michigan native was outstanding last year. And we'll hit anywhere from 2 to 5. He's got some power, hit 8 home runs last year. So overall, we're bringing back guys that drove in about 200 runs. One other individual who had an outstanding freshman year was Joe Maloney. Joe's our starting catcher, hit 8 home runs, hit 298 as a freshman. So, and I think Joe's got a world of potential ahead of him.
Coach, what about some newcomers that are coming to the program that you might be looking to get some good things out of?
Well, I tell you, we had an interesting fall. We had a lot of positions that we had guys that were battling over, and one of them is at shortstop. Michael Huey from here in Gaffney, played on Jeff Osment's state championship team last year, has come in and done an outstanding job. So he's a guy that we're looking at to see a lot of playing time at shortstop. Micah Robinson from Florida has come in and battled Adam Vaffides at second base. Both those guys had outstanding falls for us. So they'll see a good bit of playing time. And then a couple guys that were off our JV program last year that did a good job on the JV. Josh Wood. Josh had an outstanding fall for us, hit over 400, led our team in doubles. And as a sophomore, so we're looking forward to having him. And then, of course, on the mound, guys that have come in. Cameron Culp from here in Gaffney that helped Jeff win that state championship, has done an outstanding job for us. Brock White, another Gaffney guy, had an outstanding fall for us. And one individual I wanted to mention that did a great job was Tommy Facchetti. Tommy is coming off arm surgery, but had just a really, really good fall for us. So we're excited about this year.
Conference Carolinas slate is always a grueling one. Everybody knows who is in our conference. How about some non-conference games for your team this year of note, home or away?
Well, non-conference, of course, is always a tough part of our schedule. Francis Marion, of course, is always a perennial regional contender. So we've got those guys for 2 games. We have Augusta State out of the Peach Belt as well. Lenoir-Rhyne, Wingate. And then not to mention Flagler, who's now in the Peach Belt, and a very good Alabama Huntsville team that will play down in Florida to open our season up.
Coach, finally, we have seen a progression in the facilities of the Spring Sports Complex since you first arrived on the scene. Let's talk a little bit about the baseball facility, we've talked about the the soccer, the lacrosse field, and the softball fields, but we've also seen the baseball field progress over the years as well.
Well, we have, and it's just a constant work in progress with it. We get a lot of pressure. There's a lot of playing time on our field between our varsity, between our JV. In the summer, we had a lot of showcase teams that came in. So it is a situation where we're constantly working, trying to improve it, and we've got plans for a new stadium as well. So we're looking forward to getting that kicked off and seeing that come to fruition over the next, hopefully 24 months or so.
Well, Coach, don't be a stranger. We look forward to talking with you again at least once before your season gets underway, and then throughout the 2010 campaign, your 19th at the helm.
Well, thank you, Fabian. It's great being here. It's great seeing you again.
Well, thank you, Coach. The head coach of our baseball program, Chico Lombardo. I'm Fabian Fuentes. You've been watching the latest edition of Inside Limestone Athletics.